Hey, what's going on, guys? Josh here. This week's lesson is going to be on Fly Like an Eagle by Steve Miller Band. And remember, if you like our content, be sure to crank that subscribe button and to ring that notification bell because it really helps us out and we really do appreciate it. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the lesson. So, first thing that we're going to be looking at is going to be the intro, the infamous intro lick to this song. And then we're going to look at the rest of the intro too, where the do 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 do. We're going to be covering that part up until the verse, and then we'll go over the verse after. But for the intro section, we're going to be starting up at the 7th and 9th frets. And what you're going to be playing at first is you're literally just going to go. So what you're doing at the top there, so you have just, right? So that's an easy little pentatonic, but then you hit this, that top note of it before coming back down, so. And then, right? So it's the second time where you grab both the chords there, so it's just. And then of course the last rotation is just, and then it repeats for falling into the verse. So altogether we have. And the first riff that we're going to be playing is just going to be 5-3 and then 0-5-5, and it's played like this. So it's like, right? So if you have, and then right after that you're going to quickly come up and grab the, and that's going to be in line with the do 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 do. So you're only going to play 3 out of 4 of them for this particular verse, or I guess continuation of the intro. But what we're going to have here essentially is just going to be. Right? So we have that, and it'll repeat again before both those riffs will stop. So we'll have 2 of what I just played, and then you're going to go to the third portion of it, which is. This time there's no second lick, and then it's just. Which brings us into the verse, which starts with the same licks, of course. Awesome. Now that we're done with the intro, let's move on to the first verse. For the first verse, you guys are going to be starting down at the 3rd and 5th frets. And for this first verse, we're starting with the lick that we just left off with, so it's going to be. Right? So you play that twice, and then the third version of it, it changes the rhythm pattern, so it's. Right? So coming out of the second, what we have is. And then you're going to give 2 chickas before playing the normal lick again, so. Right? So after you do the 2 chickas in the normal riff again, what you're going to do is you're going to do 3 chickas, so. And now instead of that 0, everything's the same except the open string, is now going to be. It's just going to be a palm muted little chick. Right, so after we play the lick for the, or after we play the 4th phrase, which is the same as the first 2 phrases, being with the 2 chickas before it, following that we have the, right? So from that one, we're going to have a slight variation to the rhythm again. So after that one, it's. And then you're going to have 3 chickas again. And that brings you into the chorus. Awesome. Now that we passed the first verse, we're going to be on to the first chorus. So for the first chorus, you're going to be starting up at the 5th fret. All right, so for this chorus, we're going to be up the 5th fret, so you're just going to hit this note, and it's going to be just like this, like. Right? So pretty much the entire chorus is based off that little lick there. So the first one is simply that coming out of the verse, so it's. Right? So what you're going to have is. So the only difference there is that you hit this note twice. Right, and then you're just gonna 1 and then from there it's just gonna repeat this one phrase over and over again. So it's. And that'll play out until the last iteration of it, which will be. And then. Right, and it bleeds back into the lick seamlessly. So slowly all together we have. All right, awesome. Now we're on to the second verse, which is very similar to the first verse. There's just different variations in terms of rhythm and a couple of different notes that appear that didn't appear in the first verse. So we're going over the second verse, which, just like the first, is going to start down at the 3rd and 5th frets. Now, for this second verse, of course, we're going to be playing the same lick that plays throughout most of the song, which is the. Now there's just going to be some slight variations, you know, here and there, of course, as it is funk. So we're going to start with that, of course, and you're going to do some chickas. So it's going to be quarter note and then 4/16 notes. So it's just going to be. And then you're going to play almost the same lick. You're not going to have 2 5s, though, when you play this one. So it's just going to be. And that's the reason, because you're going to jump up there and you're going to play all of the do-do-do-do-do's with the vocal, as opposed to just 3 out of 4. So what we have slowly so far together is. So following that, right, you're going to have the normal lick just played twice over again, and following the second one you're gonna have some chickas, so it's just gonna be. And you pretty much start right away just with a. Now after the 2 normal ones and the chicka, you're gonna come back to that lick again. So, but instead of starting right away, you're gonna give a bit of an offbeat there, so it's. More similarly to the last chicka section of the first verse. And then you're just going to play the shortened version again. So and then the last 2 phrases of the second verse that are played are the same, and it's just. And then you're going to play, before you get back into the chorus again, and then you're back into the chorus. All right, awesome. Now we're on to the second chorus, which, much in the same respect that the verses do, is very similar to that of the first chorus. It's just got a couple different changes about it, so we're going to go over it pretty quickly. It does start in the same spot as the first chorus, being up at the 5th fret. All right, and for this chorus, what we're going to be playing is similar but different to the first chorus, so it's going to be. And you're going to hold that for 3 counts. And on the 4th count, you're going to start the next lick. So you'll have. Right? So all of it's basically based on the. And it's just all the licks that we've kind of used before already, falling back down to that same pattern. So again, just slowly we'll have. Cool. Now, right after that, we're gonna have a, which is pretty self-explanatory, and then and that's the end of the second chorus. All right, awesome. Now that we're past the second chorus, we're on to the bridge and the breakdown. And for the bridge slash breakdown, you're going to be starting at the 3rd and 5th frets. And for this bridge section, literally what you're gonna do is the first little note is, right, palm muted of course, but, and then the rest you're just gonna go 3, 4, 3, 4, right, just chicka wow. That's the entire bridge. Which goes into the breakdown. The last phrase of the bridge that you're going to play is, instead of in the same kind of pattern, you're going to go, right? So similarly to the way that the verses would switch out the, with the, right? They're essentially switching the open string, or sorry, the muted string for an open string now. So again, what we're going to be doing is, awesome. So that's going to repeat once more, then there's going to be a variated version of it, and then it's going to repeat again twice. So we've already played it 4 times, and then it's going to be played another 4 times, but the second of those second 4 is going to be slightly different. So starting from the second half, it's going to be right? So basically, you're just going to be going ba-da-bum, and then doing 16th note chickas up until that plays again. The only difference is that little one where it goes, right? So it just comes in a offbeat earlier to just kind of throw the listener off a bit. Now we're on to the last chorus and the outro. So I'm going to go over the last chorus because the outro is literally hitting the same note in 2 different rhythm patterns. That's it. It's just offbeat shots. That's all it is. So we'll go over that quickly right after the 3rd chorus, but for the 3rd chorus, we're going to be starting, of course, up at the 5th fret. And for this 3rd chorus, we're basically just going to be playing 1 note. It's pretty straightforward. It goes essentially like this. So on fret 5, you have, right? So that for I'll go over it a little slower quickly here. It's just going to be, and then the first phrase that you played is also the last phrase. So coming out of that phrase that I just finished there, you're going to replay the first phrase of that, the, that's just going to repeat again, and then you're into the outro. And for this outro, real basic, you're still on the 5th fret, and it's just going to be, right? So you're going to start on the downbeat, so it's going to go, so if you had 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. See, so 1's on the downbeat and it's chukung, and then it's on the offbeat. Unggung, bum bum, bum bum, right? Cool. And that's it. That's the song. I hope you guys enjoyed learning it with me this week. Remember, if you did, be sure to hit that subscribe button, to ring that notification bell, and to leave us a like and or a comment. If you're interested in guitar lessons with me, or in music lessons with any of our other fantastic teachers over at Beyond the Beat, our website is linked down in the description. And guys, if you're interested with me and everything that I'm up to, as well as getting live updates for when these videos here go live to YouTube, be sure to follow up my Instagram, which will be linked down in the description. Until next week, peace.